Hello again, everyone. Ageofdune here, and we are back with another League of Legends Shoutcast. This particular one is going to be a team game, ranked fives team, instead of solo/duo queue. So we're actually going to see entire teams together. And this one is actually, it has a team that I'm really looking forward to seeing this year. It's this team right here, LMQ IBuyPower. It's actually a team made up of multiple people from China. They were in Royal Club, I believe. One of Royal Club's teams. And they went ahead and they came over here. And unlike Quantic, they, from what I understand, are actually planning on staying here. To be fair to Quantic, I do not believe it was their fault that they didn't stay here. From what I understand, they were just not able to stay here due to issues with citizenship and everything, so that's why they left. But this team actually did move here to the US, and they're playing on the NA servers, and they're actually planning on, just becoming an NA team as opposed to a team from elsewhere coming in and just taking over. They have intention of learning English to communicate with the fans and hopefully get, really good fan base and everything else. So I'm really excited to hear about that. It's kind of cool that they are planning on just becoming a full-on team here and everything, So we'll have to see what ends up happening. They've been doing a lot of ranked fives recently, and I do not believe that Pro Replay is recording specifically their games, but it is recording games with them in it because they are already challenger with their ranked fives team, and they are already playing in against professional teams. So their enemy in this game is Swarm, but as you can see here, Fabi, Only Jaximus, T-Tors, Curse Rux, and Glebe Glarbu. I'm pretty sure that is the Curse Academy team, although it's possible that I'm incorrect and it's only some members of Curse Academy. I could actually check that one. Give me just a second. They didn't make it into the LCS, so I wasn't completely certain. Okay, no, it's not the entire Cursed Academy team, as that is Rux, Only Jaximus, Fabi, and Setsulo. That's all that's currently on there. But Rux, Only Jaximus, and Fabi are all in there. I think he might be joining them. I don't really know. With them not making it into the LCS as they wanted to, they may be going through some switches. So perhaps this is a team that they're coming up with, or maybe it's a completely separate team that they're just doing for fun. I don't know. But either way, we'll definitely be seeing this team in the Coke tournaments that are going to be going on along with the LCS. So that's kind of cool. From what I understand, they're really good, and they're doing a lot of practice and everything, trying to get even better. And they're trying to get into the LCS in the next qualifiers. They weren't able to do it in this one because I think they got here too late. But that's fine. So, down bottom for LMQ, we've got... Actually, hold up. I have to start on the other end. Shyvana is going to be top, played by LMQ TC Ackerman. I believe he was also known as Godlike, from what I understand. He's actually doing a lot of damage there to Renekton. Shyvana's actually a really common top anymore. For a while, I know she was just regarded as pretty much complete trash. But after the item changes for Season 4 and everything, from what I understand, a lot of people are saying that they did just as well with her back before those changes. But she was really picked up as a strong pick now. And she gets picked all the time. It's kind of funny to see. But she's going to be playing against Curse Rux on Swarm. He is playing Renekton. Mid lane, where we've got a bit of a gank going on here, possibly. No, there was a gank. Now, oh, nice. Missed the Q there. Alright, so mid lane, we've got Riven, played by LMQTC Weixiao, versus Gragas, played by Only Jaximus, who I know a lot of people know. He's been playing for quite some time. He actually had some problems a while back where he apparently fell down stairs or something. I don't remember exactly what he fell down, but he fell down and hit his head hard enough to give him a concussion, and he ended up losing his memory for some time. Nice little gank going in on here. Renekton's trying to take down the Shyvana before he dies, but he did not manage to do it, and Lee Sin saved her with that shield. Had it not been for the shield, she would have died. In came the Olaf, just threw an axe in there, and then that was about the end of it. But down bottom, we've got more action going on as well. We just saw this stun come out from Annie. They are going in on this Caitlyn. Lucian jumps in, and she's getting really low. Gets hit there by that Annie Q. Not Q. That was her auto attack. Oh, she just got ignited, though. There's the barrier. Is she going to live? Yes, barely. That Sona's heal was just enough to keep her alive. She is going to have to go back, however, which means that Sona is going to be in a 2 versus 1 situation. And that's really not a pleasant situation to be in. But, on the other hand, it's a whole lot better than having your AD carry die. Got a gank coming in here. Not too much happened there. Gragas just kind of jumped out of it. He didn't even care. Alright, so down bottom, as I was saying earlier, we've got LMQ TC Vasily versus Fabi playing Caitlyn. I know everybody loves Fabi. And the supports, Annie, played by LMQTC Moore, and Glebe Glarbu playing Sona. That name kind of makes me laugh a little. Lee Sin, played by No Name, of course, LMQTC, versus Titors playing Olaf. So there we go. Those are the team members. Nice flash there to dodge that axe. He still got to pick it up. No, she's going to get out of this using that Q, so she will actually live this. That was a very nice dodge there by Wei Xiao. Wei Xiao? Wei Xiao. We'll go with Wei Xiao. Yeah, it was a very good dodge by Wei Xiao, and he made sure that he did not get hit by the axe, which would have slowed him down and probably resulted in his death. But instead, he was able to go ahead and get out of that with no problem. Was forced to go back, but honestly, that's kind of okay. I don't think he cares about that. So, I have seen Rapid casting a lot of these games. I'm not sure if he's cast all of them. I know he was casting a lot of them, though. I think he has been casting all of them. So if you want to see a different perspective on this game, feel free to check that out. Or you can go ahead and take a look at his channel and everything, and you can see all the other games that he has also cast by the same team, if you do want to see more. I'll probably end up casting more later on, too, because I would like to see more of this team and more of the enemy teams that they're facing as well, as they are all Challenger-level teams. And it's kind of nice actually having Challenger-level games that I can spectate, because I have commented on I think it was my last video, that a lot of the teams that are in the LCS and everything, they don't play ranked 5s. So I'm not able to cast their games. But they are at least currently casting or playing some of the games versus this team just because they want to see how they are. There's a nice gank there, but again, that Gragas was able to get out of it. Riven's ulti is down now, and I don't believe Gragas's is. No. So that... Wait, he's not 5 yet. He's not 6 yet, so of course it's not. She hit 6, and that's when they went in. There we go. She's trying to go back in on him again. Missed the stun, though, so he is going to live through that with no problem. But he is forced to be very cautious at the moment because, you know, Riven's kind of scary. Just a little bit. Looks like a gank went on up top again, but it did not end up taking him down. He did be forced to ult, though, so that's a good thing for him. And we've got a lot of back and forth down here. We do have the team members of LMQTC, both pretty low down here, whereas Swarm is actually doing pretty well. It does help that they've got Sona to heal them up. That's one of the great things about having Sona on the team, is that she can go ahead and just continuously heal. I mean, that's really the thing about Sona. She's a really great sustain person, and really in the late game she's got that... Oh, she's got the AoE You Dance now, too. So... That's a pretty big part of her too, but laning phase wise, that sustain is pretty amazing if they don't have the burst to go ahead and insta-burst you down, which, I mean, they did earlier, but it's definitely out-sustaining the LMQTC for now, so they're forced to be fairly cautious, and they have actually fallen back to their tower. Looks like Lucian's going to go ahead and head back. If we take a look at the CS for them, he's still 4 CS ahead of Caitlyn. And that is about to widen even more because of the fact that he's got those minions there. But we do see that Swarm here is going to go ahead and go in on Dragon. The LMQTC is not even here to go ahead and contest this at all. So I think that Swarm's going to get this with no problem. There's the ward there from Annie saying, okay, they just went and got the Dragon, but she's not going to be able to stop it or anything. So now we've got the bot lane for Swarm coming back into lane, and Olaf's going back into the jungle. Riven is actually continuing to keep Olaf Gragas pressed into the tower there. He's at about half health, but he's still doing pretty well. Look at the CS. He is actually almost 20 CS behind, but it's kind of not too surprising. A big engagement up here. Nice flash there from Renekton, dodging that ability there, but there's the stun, and he kills her! So she actually flashed over to try to finish him off, but he had that stun, so he immediately stunned her, and then used, I believe it's his Q, to go ahead and finish her off. Yep, it is indeed his Q. So that was a really nice play by him. Flashed away from her fireballs, and then used that to go ahead and just finish her off and survive. So that's not too bad at all. Things are looking pretty good in top lane for Renekton because, you know, once you start getting a kill or two, a lot of times you can snowball it, at least somewhat. It does mean that most likely Shyvana's going to be playing a lot more cautious now, so he may not be able to do quite as much, but we'll have to see what ends up happening. She may still be very ultra aggressive. Down here, yet again, these guys are being planked down. Caitlyn and Sona are really good at that. The Sona has the harass from her spells, and obviously Caitlyn's got that massive range Q as well as massive range on auto attacks. So she's actually really good at that. Alright, so we see Riven coming back into lane. Gragas is actually under tower, but in goes Riven. Immediately stuns. Out comes her ulti. No, she doesn't need the ulti apparently. The ignite was actually enough to finish him off there. Wait, did she use her? No, she didn't. She did not use Wind Slash. I didn't think so. So she didn't even need to use that. She could have, but she actually just walked away and went ahead and let him die to the ignite. He knew exactly how much damage that was going to do, and he was actually able to finish it off with that. Would have been kind of funny if Gragas, I keep calling him Olaf, had been close enough to gain a level and then ended up getting that level, but he didn't. Alright, looks like another gank down here. Actually, maybe the first gank. I don't think I've seen a Lee Sin gank down bot yet. So, we look at the CS going into this. There's still only a 3 different. Out comes the anti-stun. Caitlyn flashes out, but gets hit by the Q from Lee Sin, so he's going to go ahead and jump to it. Nice flash from Sona. Made it so that that kick from Lee Sin, instead of shoving her back into the enemy team, shoved her towards her own tower. So it ended up just being a 1-for-0 kill as opposed to a 2-for-0, which it would have been had she not ended up doing that flash. So it was a really good gank, but it was also a really good play there by Gleebglarbu. I like it. I like that a lot. Alright, so Olaf is here to go ahead and keep them off of the tower, make sure they don't get it, and actually just to go ahead and get this XP so it doesn't go to waste. So, he wasn't able to save his teammates, but at least he was able to make sure their deaths were not completely useless. And, you know, these guys are still really close in gold because of CS. The only difference now is that Lucian does actually have an assist. So that is going to put him slightly in the lead now. Both teams went back there. So we are going to see him come to lane, probably with a minor advantage, but nothing too huge. He's got the Vampiric Scepter, as well as the BF Sword. She has the BF Sword and a Doran's Blade instead of the Vampiric Scepter, but she does have that Longsword as well. So they're actually fairly close here. I'm not sure exactly who comes out ahead in that. I think, let's see, that does 10 attack damage, and Lifesteal, that does 8 attack damage, so he does have a slightly more attack damage. There we go. Nice stun there from Renekton going in on her. She's now trying to get out of this. And he is running at her. Nice slice and dice. She's getting really low. And he does end up taking her down with, I believe there's actually his ulti that finished her off. So that's not too bad at all. And in the meantime, there's a lot of action happening down bottom. Lee Sin came in and for some reason actually tanked the tower for quite some time. Caitlyn goes down to Lee Sin. Olaf is trying to chase down Lee Sin, does manage to land that Q on him, so he goes down. Out comes the ulti from Olaf. He's going to try to get away from Riven. He's getting really low, though. And there we go. He's going to go ahead and ghost. Lands the axe on her as well, so she's getting really low. Nice ulti from Gragas, shoving her away from Olaf, so she did not get to get that final hit off. So she ended up dying to the tower there, and actually, I believe Gragas got the kill. So it was not bad at all. Gleebglarbu's coming back to the tower to go ahead and try to defend it a bit, but he's probably going to be forced to fall back. It is fairly low, and these two could probably go ahead and tower dive this if he's not careful. So it looks like they're just going to go ahead and pushing down on this tower, trying to take it down. There we go. There's the tower dive I talked about. And they do indeed burst him down almost instantaneously. Caitlyn's coming in now, and Caitlyn is now going to have to play fairly cautiously. They don't have that anti-stun anymore, so I doubt they're going to stick around. No, it looks like they are indeed going back. So they got that kill, and they're going to go ahead and go back for it. We look at it now, we do see Lucian is 1-0-2 versus 0-2-0 for Caitlyn. It's great for that, for LMQ, but not so pleasant for Caitlyn. Caitlyn and Sona are probably not having too good a time. There we go, another engagement up here between Renekton and the Shyvana. He does make it to his tower, but it looks like they're going to go ahead and tower dive him here. Nice dodge of the Q there. He's sticking under the tower. Does he have his ulti? He does not have his ulti. So now would be the best time for them to do it. They're not able to do it quite yet, and he managed to push the minions away from his tower. But we do see that Riven is here for the gank as well. Olaf is coming in to help, I think. No, he's going to go at the... he's going to double golems, and now suddenly he's going, oh crap. He used his ulti to try to get out of that. He did manage to dodge the Riven stun using said ulti, but he was not able to live through it. There we go. The ulti for Renekton is back up. He stuns Riven under the tower. She goes down to him, so he ends up turning it into a 2-for-1. Gragas came in to try to help, but he was slightly too late. But it did end up being a 2-for-1. Both Olaf and Renekton went down for Riven, but for Renekton's sake, it was actually a really good play on his part. He really didn't have a way to get out of that because they were between him and the next tower. So had he tried running away, he would have died. But he managed to go ahead, burst down the Riven, so he ended up taking somebody down with him. Little unfortunate there for Olaf. He, I'd say, was insanely surprised when all of a sudden 2 people came out of the bush at him when he was sitting there trying to do double golems. Surprise! There we go. Nice bit of harass there on the Lucian. Annie's on her way back down. The ping comes out from Swarm saying, hey, watch out, they just warded up Dragon, so be careful. And indeed they did. The red team has no wards there at the moment, so they have no way of knowing if LMQ decides to go ahead and go for Dragon. Sorry about that. Called them by the colors there instead of by the team names. If I do manage to do a lot more team game shoutcasts, I'll get better at not calling them by their color, team color. But for right now, I'm just so used to casting solo queue games that it's kind of difficult to do. So there we go. This tower is going to go down really soon here. It's already getting low. There we go. Lucian takes it down with the last auto attack there. Looks like Olaf is coming down. There's no wards in here, so the LMQ has no idea. There we go. There's a ward there from Olaf. Gets hit immediately by this team, and they went ahead and warded up here. I believe they know Olaf is there, so they're probably going to go ahead and back off here. Or it could end up being a bit of a team fight here, because we've got 4 members of both teams. Shyvana appears to be on her way down, as is Renekton, although Shyvana is closer. The LMQ bot lane's going back to lane, and we've got the Swarm bot lane coming up here, and it looks like they may be coming up to mid to go in on that. There we go. The Sona gets... Actually, Olaf gets hit by the Q there from Lee Sin, so they know who's there and everything. This ward is not going to die quite yet. And there we go. This is going to be a dragon fight. We've got all members of both teams here, and they are all ready to do this. So let's go. Let's do this fight. Does Sona have her ulti? Sona does have her ulti, so if they do end up going in on this, that's going to be a massive ability in the favor of the red team. So there we go. Blue team has started the dragon there. And there we go. There's the Sona flash ulti. Hit 2 members. The Riven managed to go ahead and secure that dragon. Gragas is getting really low. He, I believe, is going to die here. The Shyvana flashed to make sure of it, and he does indeed end up going down. Riven's going in on Sona. Sona's going to go down as well. The flash comes out from Caitlyn. She's going to get over that wall, but Annie is following. She is doing her best to get out of this. No, the ignite comes out from Annie, so she is going to go down. The Renekton managed to kill Lee Sin, so let's go ahead and follow him around, as that was actually the only kill for Swarm. Kind of unfortunate for them. He realized he's not going to be able to get to his team members, and he's got too many people going in on him. So he decided to go ahead and stick around here. Out comes the ulti from Lee Sin. The ulti from Lucian did nothing thanks to that Lee Sin kick. And there we go. Renekton's waiting in the bush. Immediately stuns, would be my guess. No, he went ahead and used the Q. Lee Sin's getting really low, and then Renekton just says, okay, you're gonna die. And now Renekton's doing his best to try to get out of this. Jumps over the wall there. Lucian's chasing him down. And we've got the blue team kind of converging down here. He's gonna go ahead and use that Q to get some health back from the double golems. And he's still trying to run away. There we go. He's gonna try to go back in this bush. Riven is here and Lucian is here. Are they gonna find him? Oh, they do find him. There we go. He says, fine, I'm going in on Lucian. Does he get him? He does not manage to secure the Lucian. That was really close, though. That was a great thing by him. He knew he wasn't going to get out. He was like, I've got to try to get Lucian. And it almost happened. But I think Lucian had a little bit too much lifesteal thanks to that Bloodthirster. And he was able to go ahead and help finish off the Renekton before Renekton was able to finish him off. Also, I think Riven stunned Renekton as well. So that helped a lot. But it was a really close one. And very impressive play there from Rux. He was just not quite able to finish it off. Though I will say, you know, maybe he could have been not so far ahead, but honestly, I don't blame him whatsoever. At least he got a kill. So, I don't know. I probably would have ended up doing the same thing, but I guess that doesn't really say much given the fact that I'm silver. But still. Anyway, we've got everybody coming back to their lanes now. He's going to go ahead and shove the minions off of the tower, and I guess we can go ahead and take a quick look at the items here. Shyvana is, of course, building quite tanky. Interestingly, Rux decided to go for a Ravenous Hydra first, which I guess makes sense. It does give him the extra damage, but it does make him a lot less tanky than I thought Renekton was built. I mean, I'm not a Renekton player myself, so I could be wrong, but I thought Renekton typically built tanky, much like Shyvana is building. But it looks like he decided to go for that first to go ahead and get that extra damage on her. But she is way more tanky than he is. She actually has a lot more health. There we go. They're going in on him. In comes Lee Sin. Nice slice and dice. And he's trying to survive this. He's got his ulti running. The Q comes out from Lee Sin, though, and he does end up going down to that. The Olaf is on his way up. He knows he really can't do too much to stop this, though, so he's going to go ahead and fall back. There we go. Shyvana's there, and he's got to watch out because Lee Sin is there. In the mid lane, the Annie and Lucian combo did manage to go ahead and push down that tower, and that is the second tower of the game for the red team, and Shyvana immediately secures the third. So, things aren't looking too good anymore for the Swarm. Heart of the Swarm. Anyway, and as you can see here, I mean, the blue LMQ is just roaming around like crazy and making sure that Swarm really has nothing to do in their own jungle. They are just completely dominating all of the vision. They've got decent number of wards. I mean, down here, both teams have decent ward coverage, but they are rapidly clearing that up. Down goes another one. Swarm still has 2 wards, but unfortunately it's way down there, so they don't know what's going on through most of their jungle. And that is a definite benefit for LMQ. And we do have LMQ pushing down bot. It looks like they're going to try to go in on this tower. And Swarm is not able to react yet, but it's okay. They just pushed it to the tower, and it looks like they're not actually going in on it. Actually, it looks like Swarm's going to go ahead and try to get for a team fight over here. It did not end up happening. The LMQ was able to go ahead and disengage, so Riven's going to continue pushing bot. I have a feeling she's probably going to go in on the tower fairly soon. We do see her going in on the tower. There we go. Renekton came in, and I believe he got hit by a Q there. So he was forced to slice and dice over that wall. Indeed, Riven is going in on the tower. She's going to be able to take this down. That's going to be the 4th tower kill of the game for LMQ. And in the meantime, we've got Swarm just trying to defend this middle tower, and LMQ's just able to roam at will. That's definitely a good thing for LMQ, and it's putting Swarm quite a bit behind because they're having to share all of that XP, and they're missing out on so much CS in all the other lanes, and they're really not able to do anything. LMQ's getting all these towers, all this vision, everything, and Swarm is being forced to defend this mid tower. There we go. They're still congregated around that tower, and we see Shyvana split pushing top. She's going to go ahead and try to take down that tower. Riven is still split pushing bot. Now would be an excellent time for Swarm to engage. Sona does have flash ulti up. I don't know that she's going to use it, though. Renekton is top. Going to go ahead and try to defend that tower. Olaf went bottom. So now we've got 3 members mid versus 2. Riven's on her way over, though. So Swarm has to be fairly cautious here. the LMQ is actually kind of converging back down mid. So now we do indeed see that Swarm is going to be forced to come back down here again. The Shyvana was able to push Rux off lane, and he's going to be forced to go back and heal, which means she's going to get another tower for her team. And we still have Swarm just sitting here doing nothing but trying to defend this one tower. And it's still taking a lot of shots. They're losing towers like crazy, and they're still not able to defend this tower. It's going to go down. Down it goes. There we go. There goes the invade. The Lee Sin. Oh, hold up. Let's slow this down a little bit. Okay. So there we go. Lee Sin was there. The tower's getting really low. And we can just go ahead and go to where we see the tower die. Right about now. Okay, so there we go. We see the Lee Sin land his Q. He then follows through, jumps to Olaf, flashes over, and then kicks Sona back out. She uses her ult in a completely off direction and hits absolutely nobody. And the rest of LMQ is actually going in on Caitlyn. Down goes the Caitlyn. Shyvana is just tanking this tower because she is tanky. Out comes the Gragas ulti, splitting up LMQ, but it's a little too late for that. Gragas is getting really low. If anything hits him, he's probably dead. Out comes the Ignite, and there we go. He goes down to Shyvana. Olaf is going to escape this. Renekton is trying his best to escape it. There we go. His ulti comes out, and he's in a little bit of trouble here as he's got all 5 members of LMQ on him. Olaf is here to try his best to help, but with only 2 members of the team up, there's not really much they can do. And Lucian is still just hitting them really hard. Renekton got really low. He is going to escape this, however. But that's going to mean another tower for LMQ. Most likely. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I do believe it's going to be another tower. Dragon's back up, so we'll probably end up seeing them go in on this tower, take it down, and then go to Dragon. They might get the inhib as well, but I don't think so. They're probably going to go to Dragon. Would be my guess, but no, it looks like they are indeed sticking around, going in on this inhibitor. There we go. Inhibitor down, and we see a little bit of harass there coming out from Sona. But, I mean, to be fair to them, I guess that LMQ does have a massively mobile team. We've got Riven, who could just jump, dash. We've got Shyvana, who's really fast. Lee Sin, of course, who can jump to other members of his team. Well, that's interesting back animation. Oh, what the heck was that? What was... Did he just flash? He did... Oh, that's why he flashed. Because they surrendered. Okay. That makes sense. So, that's going to be the end of this game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am definitely looking forward to seeing the Coke Challenge and seeing LMQ in there, as well as Curse Academy, of which we see at least 3 members. I think Glebe Glarbu joined them as well, but I'm not sure. I really don't even know anymore. I'm all confused. But looking forward to it. So I'll see you guys next time. I hopefully will be able to go ahead and cast more games that are ranked 5s. I'll go ahead and search around, see if I can get some of the other challenger teams and everything. So see you guys next time. Have a good night. Bye.